In my previous video, I've shown you how to use the rules for integration to integrate the simple power functions. This time, I want to use the rules for integration to integrate the above functions. As with all integration, we have to integrate term by term. And in here, we've got the first term in blue, and this term has an e in it, which means it's got an exponential e to the x. So we'll use the above rule to integrate it. And as you can see, e to the x virtually stays e to the x, but we just add the constant c. And because 3 is just a constant, we still rewrite it and we just write e to the x. So it stays that way. There's basically no changes. But when we come to the second term, where we have 4 over x, I need you to see that the 4 is a constant and you're also looking at 1 over x. We're going to be using this law to differentiate 1 over x. So the 4 is a constant which stays, but 1 over x becomes ln x. And now we just need to add the constant at the end of the integration, constant c. In this example, you can see that 5 over x is similar to the green term above, where 5 can be seen as a constant, and we have 1 over x. So we'll use this 5, and 1 over x becomes ln x. The next term can be a little bit tricky, and it is here to show you that this is not an ln x example because we have a root x. What is a root x exactly? Root x means that we're having 1 over x to the power of a half, and therefore it must be treated like that. We must now change it and place it to be minus a half. And now we can do the integration with this, and if we integrate that, we will need to add 1 to minus a half, and that will be x to the a half. So we have x to the a half. We're adding 1. This is we have done this in the previous video, and we divided by a half. And therefore this is our answer here. I then must add the constant c. But before I finish off with this one, I think I would like to simplify this term over here. If I were to divide this term by a half, I can actually multiply it in that case by 2. So I will say that it's 2. X to the power of a half can be written as, and that looks a lot more tidier. We finish off with the c. So the integration of e to the x is really simple, because whatever you put in front of that, it'll just come, and that term is exactly the same as the one that we've started off with. But with the integration of 1 over x, you have to be careful, as I said, because 1 over x, it's not 1 over root x. Similarly, if I was to integrate x root x dx, this is not able to integrate to ln, because 1 over x root x can be rewritten to be 1 over x to the power 3 on 2, and therefore you would use a different rule to integrate it. You would need to look at my previous videos. In my next video, I'll examine how to integrate the trigonometric functions. So please subscribe to this if you would like to get notification of the next video to come.